Well, good morning. We're in Coon Creek State Nature Preserve this morning in Tallassee, Alabama, about to do a Parks on the Air activation. If this is your first time watching my videos, I like to share Parks on the Air activations, most of the time QRP or low power. Today I am actually going to be running a Yaesu FT-891. So not QRP, but still very portable. So let me go through a little bit of what I'm using today, and then we'll go ahead and get on the air and see if we can make some good contacts this morning. So let's take a look. Radio. So what I'm using, I've got the awesome Yaesu FT-891. So everybody, if you're into ham radio or have been for much time, then you probably are familiar with this radio. Probably doesn't need an introduction. But from my perspective, this is an incredible radio. It's my favorite as far as a 100 watt HF radio goes. Very compact, size of more of a mobile radio. Great for using in the car. I've installed it in my truck before, but I love using it portable. I've got these rails here from 918 products. I will link these rails in the description, as well as all of the other things I'm using today. But there's a guy that sells these on Etsy and does a fantastic job making them out of CNC aluminum. Love the look of them, how thick and beefy they are. With it, I am using the Yaesu FC50 antenna tuner. So this is technically the matching antenna tuner for this radio. It's a good tuner, does the job. Not really a whole lot to say about that. Plugs right in, interfaces with the radio. So it does a fine job doing some antenna tuning for the FT-891. Then I'm using the Bama Tech Bama Key TP3. My favorite portable key. I just got to where I keep this with me all the time. So you'll pretty much see me using that all the time, except for when I'm doing some good old cootie keying, which is a blast. Another topic though. Alright, so all of that sitting on my folding table here from Amazon. I'll link that too. Great little table if you just need something to keep with you for when you don't have a picnic table. Today there is a picnic table here. But it stormed pretty bad last night, and the picnic table is back in this area. It's back in this area right over here, and so I'd really be under some trees. And since it rained really hard last night, as soon as the sun comes up over the clouds over yonder, then yeah, the trees are going to start dripping. So I didn't feel like getting soaked, so I set up over here in the clear, just kind of off of the driveway for the boat ramp. Antenna wise, I've got my coax running right along the ground here and goes into the trees. Kind of over here at the edge of the tree line is where I was able to find soil soft enough for setting up this antenna with a ground spike. So this antenna, like the FT-891, probably does not need much of an introduction. This is the Chameleon MPAS, whatever you want to call it. Stands for Modular Portable Antenna System. I believe that's it. This is the MPAS Lite. So it is the ground spike, the matching unit, a 17-foot vertical, and then it comes with a wire that you can use as a counterpoise like I have here. Or you can use the wire to make this an infed. So instead of using the vertical part of this antenna, then you can actually use this piece of wire, which is 60 some odd feet, and run it as an infed antenna. I'm sure that works great as well. I'm running it in the vertical configuration today, and the one counterpoise, I've got it run to about 30 feet or so towards the water over there, since that is east where the sun is. So I've just got it running kind of east. Being in Alabama, that puts me right up the east coast where a lot of contacts that I make are. So I kind of like to favor that direction in the early mornings. But yeah, I love this antenna. I just got it pretty recently. I wanted something that was a decent performing non-resonant antenna that I could use with antenna tuners and really just jump around bands without having to adjust the antenna. Now, if you've been watching a while, you know I'm a big fan of portable verticals, especially resonant ones, and especially ones where I use elevated counterpoise wires. I am still a fan of that. I fully believe that a resonant vertical with elevated counterpoise wires will outperform a non-resonant with ground wires anytime. However, there is a convenience factor, and I will say that an antenna like this Chameleon MPAS, there's something about the way Chameleon makes antennas. They put a little extra magic in them because they work better than they should. So yeah, I've had great results with this antenna. The past couple of activations I've used it. Have not recorded a video with it yet, so looking forward to doing that today. So this is the hybrid micro version. So the bottom matching unit is rated for, I think it's, 100 watts single sideband, 50 watts of CW digital. I run 50 watts most of the time with my FT-891 anyway. There's really not a significant difference between 50 and 100 watts for CW, so 50 watts is plenty. You know, I do most of my activations with 5 watts, so 50 to me feels like cheating anyway, so I'm good with that. All right, so let's get back over to the radio. The last thing I'll show really quick that I forgot earlier is how I'm powering the FT-891, and that is this little box down here. I won't spend long talking about it, but this is the PowerWorks Power Box Mini. This is the 10 amp hour version. So the only thing I've done to it is I did change out the original meter here that had some USB ports on it. I just changed it out for this meter. It's kind of got more of a gauge style and a voltage readout, and I just liked that better. Yeah, so then it's got a couple of power pole ports. It's got a regular old cigarette lighter, 12 volt port, and battery inside. I think that this is oversized. I probably would not recommend getting this. I think something like a 12 amp hour Bioenno battery is smaller, holds more capacity. But hey, it's a neat little gadget if you like the form factor of it. Plus it's got a flashlight on it. You know, if you just need a Pelican case flashlight, that's a pretty darn bright one. Yeah, all right, let's get set up. We'll be on the air here in just a minute. All right, I've called QRL a couple times here, and I'm gonna go ahead and start calling CQ. We're on 7, we'll be on 7.041 today. Starting on 40 meters. think I got that right. I think it's N5FY. KB9 RPG. Okay, got W, V. Struggling with this one. I didn't get your call. All right, we may have to look at the video for that one. I missed that call. Yeah, so see, this happens sometimes. So I did not copy that call. I got an 8 and I got a W for sure, maybe a B. So I'm gonna have to either go back and listen to the video, or may just not log that contact and move on. So it is what it is. It happens. I appreciate the person trying to contact, really do. That's my fault. See if anybody's still listening. Put that down at 30 anyway. I might be able to listen to the video. What I'll do is I'm going to listen to the video, and if it's clear on the video and my brain just wasn't working, then I'll log it. Gotcha. Sounded good this morning. Much stronger than our last contact. IQ or EQ? I think it was IQ. All right. Hey, Matt. Somebody in there just below the noise. Couldn't make it out though. Again. NZ3B. Alright, so I had two people in there. I got one of their calls, worked them. I think the other person thought I was coming back to them as well, so I only got one of those. So if you're that other person, I apologize. Can't make it out. I'm sorry, I wish I could. I can't make that one out. Alright, I think I'm going to go up to 30 meters real quick and work on that band for a little while. Up to 30. See if my 10.112 favorite frequency is open. Listen to it here for just a second. Yeah, I've had a few calls this morning I just really struggled with. Run the tuner real quick. Okay, this frequency sounds open. Let's give it a whirl. 10.112. See if I get re-spotted by the RBN on this frequency. Sip of coffee real quick. It's a good Americano. It's my favorite coffee is an Americano. Just in case you wanted to know. I'm sure you were really curious. Sorry. Gotcha. My brain is just not decoding today. LLD.